This video is brought to you by Asmodee.
What's up, Hits and Crits family? Welcome to a new update from and for the community. So we have Chris here. Thanks for having you, man. The creator and developer and owner of ASOIAF Simulator, the song simulator, which came up and we did a video a while back. And when I remember, it was all driven by passion. You wanted to play with people, but you didn't have like too many people around and close. You didn't have people that had access to Tabletop Simulator, the mod, because the machine wasn't too good. So you developed the simulator, which makes it easy and quick, 2D, easy to access on tablets and whatever. So great to have you, man, for this update.
Yeah, glad to be back. And, it's been a while. I enjoyed our last conversation. So really looking forward to this one.
Cool. So you recently announced that you won't support the simulator anymore in the future. So to take or to don't be afraid. Chris put in the season 7 already, but from now on he was actually looking for a team to take over his job and maintain the platform and further develop the platform. So that's why we are here. So we put together this agenda of what's the current status of the simulator, what are the next steps, what is changing actually, and what we need from you now. So Chris, give us what did lead to you stepping down from simulator. What's the current status?
Yeah, so I fell in love with Song, and it's probably still one of my top 2 favorite games in general. Life changes like we all experience. I've been focusing on the simulator, and for the first probably year, I put a lot of time and effort into it. And it was a lot, but it was also very rewarding because I saw this community grow really big. It went from, a couple dozen people to now it's over 500 people. And that's just people on Discord. So I know I've heard of people mention going on and just playing randomly. And so for me, back in the day when I created it, I live in the middle of nowhere. So I live about an hour from any major player groups. And so, getting out every week during the week and even on the weekends to be able to play with some of the guys out in Lexington, Kentucky, is fun. And we try to make that happen. But I quickly realized it can be a challenge for me to get out just because, again, I am so busy. And so that's where I started off with Tabletop Simulator. It was a lot of fun. There was a pretty decent player base and it's a very polished product. So I would highly recommend everybody check that out.
Yeah.
But then I quickly realized that I had some other players in my local group that didn't either have a computer to play Tabletop Simulator on, or maybe they only had tablets. And so I was like, I think there's a need here that maybe I could fill. And so that's where I came up with the original concept of the simulator, of just like this quick thing that you can jump on without having to log in or create an account, which was interesting at the time. And it was nice for what it was. And it worked, and so quickly I found that there was quite a few people. There was people who were reaching out to me from Europe that were saying, hey, I don't have a laptop, but I can play my tablet on this. Can you tweak this a little bit more to make it more tablet friendly? And so it just kind of grew into what it is today, which is a functioning product and it works really well. And then the following year after that, life got even busier. And then, my daughter's a teenage girl and she's got a million activities, dance and soccer or football, and for European folks. And so, quickly I realized, oh, wow, my time is getting spread a little bit thinner. And then on top of that too, I have some other side projects in real life, but then also some other side projects for some other things going on. And so I've quickly felt very spread thin. And on top of that too, I haven't been able to play Song as much as I would like to. And my hope is in the future that will change. But so as a result, I kept realizing that slowly and slowly after the first couple years, I was like, man, I have so many ideas of what I would love to do with this. And I kept promising these things to the community, but then the reality just set in. I'm just one man and there's so many things I would like to do. Even with things like AI, it's very difficult. And so then I kind of gave up on a lot of those things. And so it happened recently. That was probably about 3 or 4 months where I really wasn't logging in or doing anything with it, and people were messaging me and things were piling up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to commit to getting season 7 implemented into the simulator. And it mostly is. There's a few more kinks maybe, but
Mm.
I'm going to commit to that. And then after that, I'm going to just let everybody know, like, I'm going to have to find somebody to replace this or open source this, and somebody else will have to take it on because I just don't have the capacity, especially
Yeah.
with the new version. That I was seeing a lot of the new details in the new version, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot of changes,
Yeah.
and I can't do that. So not
Yeah.
the season 7, but the like the brand new version that they're coming out with,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is to be determined, I think. So, anyways, that's
Yeah.
where I was like, hey guys, I'm sorry, Discord channel, this is the situation. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
give it up. If somebody is interested, if I feel comfortable with you, I'm gonna pass this off. And so as a
Yeah.
result, um, a bunch of people reached out to me, and
Mm.
and some of them I knew a little bit, and some of them I didn't, and I was touched in a way that people would reach out to me, but I was like, man, I don't want to just hand this off to anybody.
Yeah.
And that's where you messaged me, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
great. Like we've had a relationship. I know you're a
Yeah.
known
Yeah.
quantity, and you guys have proven yourself to the community. So, and that's why we're here now. So,
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny because I read it. Obviously, I read that you were stepping down, and that particular moment, I didn't really think, and the team, I don't know if the team did, but I didn't. So I didn't think about reaching out. I really, because we had so much on our plate, and we had the season 7 around, and the contact with cmon gets better and better and more. Let's say closer and closer, right? So I wasn't really thinking about this, but then at the same time, I started playing with exactly so your example. I started playing with one of my best friends from school actually, and he doesn't have a great laptop or a computer, and he actually said let's do it over tablet. And then we had this game the other night, and he was like, hey, I just read that the developer of the simulator is stepping down. So what will we do? What will we do, Chris, in the future? And I'm like, yeah. So actually, this particular moment led me to reach out to like it was middle of the night. I'm like, hey, Chris, should we talk, right? And out of this, everything involved, and now basically the the cat is out of the bag. So what is the next step? So we talked. And we can officially announce that the simulator will be taken over by Hits and Crits, by the Hits and Crits team. And when we started talking, we were so impressed of what you did, and we really appreciate what you have done for the whole community. I think like the TTS, like what you did, what all the content creators are doing out there is so much helping this game and the company actually to evolve and get over some difficult times as well. So this is highly appreciated, and we want to make the best of this platform to make it as community driven and optimal for you guys to play as possible. So today we take over the simulator and try to make it as good as possible for each and everyone. So we announced or we put on instantly a new team which will be responsible for the simulator as of right now. So we have 2 assigned developers working on the back end, on the technical side of things on the simulator, which is one is Aston Flaygood on the Discord. The other one is Guess Who Vince, who is really both guys are really digging deeper in making UI changes, making new features, all of that. We also put in a 3-member support and ticket team consisting of Rusty McLean, Pasha, and Iceman, of basically rotating on the simulator Discord. We will implement a ticket system at some point, so to basically cover all the stuff where you do not really need a developer for. So the stuff like, did you switch it off and on again, right? Stuff like that. All the stuff we can handle without the biggest technical expertise. This is handled in rotation by these 3. So here it is. So what have we done in the last few weeks? Or what will happen now? So Chris gave us the domain and also the Discord, so we can start communicating, start building. So what did we do in the last 2 weeks? So the next steps is, and we aligned on all of this, Chris, right? We basically saw a pretty close future, or how we envision it was basically about the same. So what we see for the platform is improve usability, increase the security aspect of it. We want to implement new features. We also thought about, there is a group of patrons supporting. They should get something in return for their extra support. I already mentioned the ticket system, and we want to work and see where we can develop more integrations and connections to existing other platforms or tools. So this is what we are trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the thing that always killed me a little bit, because we have these awesome members, and there's a few of them that stand out, that have, since the beginning, it's been an value add for them, and they have supported this entire time. And so I'm deeply touched by those people, and I kept promising the ability to do more and have more features, and specifically, like, nothing's going to be closed off to anybody, but give extra things. Like, I wanted to do custom dice for Patreon supporters, and I just never had the ability. And there was some complications because some of my original design choices didn't support that, which I think maybe we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, in talking to you again, I think it was interesting, because every time you guys were like, "Hey, we have this idea," I was like, "That's literally what I was envisioning for the future for this thing," and I just never could do it, and I just never had the capacity for it. And so, this all worked out ideal for next steps, in my opinion. So
yeah, that's good to hear. And again, we are also like so passionate about the product. Everyone of the whole team was, so we were really hyped to be able to take over and get all these ideas going. And we had like hours and hours of brainstorming what to do. And again, custom dice was one thing, but there is a lot more. Let me tell you this. So to make all of this happen, there is one crucial step we need to change right in the beginning of the simulator, which will be a login. So without logins, without user accounts, all of this wouldn't be possible. So only with these logins, we are able to have a personalized experience, the improved security I talked about, and even the most one of the most important, cross-device synchronization. You can take your tablet, you can hop off, go to the smartphone, you can go to wherever. So all of this will be enabled by logins, and I think this will change quite a bit on what we can do with the platform.
Yeah, totally. And this is exactly what I was getting at before. Like, for example, customization for Patreon. I'm like, how do I identify people? Because right now it only holds per device information, and it's stored in your own browser. So there's no account at all.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, how do I link a person to extra customizations for being a Patreon supporter? And I was like, this is going to take a fundamental overhaul. And as I dug into it, I'm like, making the custom dice is not the issue. Overhauling the system is the issue. And so, and there's so many things, like you said, history. Can I look at my past save games and all kinds of things? And there were so many features that people had that I was like, okay, this originally was designed to be something lightweight and simple, and it just grew into something else. And I just, didn't have the capacity to re-architect that.
Yeah. Yeah, so with these, with this in mind, we already jumped on it like 2 weeks ago, I think. We jumped on a test server, basically. So what you see right now when you go to the simulator, all of you, is basically what it is before. Nothing changed, untouched. But we took the whole, let's say, technical infrastructure onto a test server and already did what we could in 2 weeks. And I want to share this with you today so you can see how passionate we are and what we did already in 2 weeks. So what have we done? We already integrate on this test server. We already have an account, a login system with user accounts. So this is my account. You can create, and you will also be able, in your profile tab, you will also be able to delete your account entirely your game history, all your data, all your account. But this is where we start off. So we march to war with this user account. So you will enter a lobby, and this lobby will show you rooms of games which are waiting, where is no one present, or which has a game in progress. So you see where it is. You can also, when you open up a new battle, you can put it publicly, or you can hide it or protect it behind a password. Whatever you want to do is right here in the lobby. But before we jump into the UI, I want to show you something we implemented already in the top section. So next to the lobby, we find the damage calculator. So the damage calculator is a thing which was already present in the community and is known from quite some people, but we implemented it right here into the platform, where you can basically see if I charge with this unit into that unit and I have certain defense, morale, whatever, you see the chances of doing damage, panic damage, a wipeout chance, whatever it is, with this damage calculator. Next to it, we build an editor, which and also, again, a fully community driven thing, because we are so, and you might have seen that, passionate about custom units and custom stuff. We have contests for, like the Tattered Prince, for example, where we do contests and stuff, and designing our own cards. So we really wanted to have everyone be able to, to whatever, select a Night's Watch unit and say, I will put in my favorite artwork or whatever, and you have your card here. You can change all the stats and do all the stuff. Everything is in there, and you can export it, and it will be in high resolution on your desktop. So we really wanted this in here. We also talked about the history. So the history shows you all the... is it not changing? There it is. So the history basically shows you all your matches. I didn't finish a game yet in these 2 weeks on the simulator, but it will show you all your played games and how they played out for you. Right next to that, there's your profile, where you see nothing fancy, just games played, wins, losses, win rate. You can change your password, and not here, but in the final product, you will be able to delete your account as well. Light dark mode, basically just cosmetics. But this is what we have done in the 2 weeks, and now you go.
Oh, I just wanted to interject. This is like everything I had envisioned in a way, but then some too. And some of the things that people were asking for as features, which again, most of these are only possible because we have a login, and
yes.
So in the past I just couldn't do them, so this is incredible to see from my perspective.
Cool. So let me enter a battle, because we also did something on the UI already. So if I enter a password as before, just put in whatever password, I submit. We did some stuff. So let me put those away. So we changed a little bit of, cosmetics, the wood here, and we already did all the icons and cleaned up the UI a bit, made it a little bit more intuitive to play. In our mind, and but new features we already did. Here are the cards as you know it before, but what we did with a right click now, or with the double on a tablet, you have your card menu right here. And this card menu will enable you select this card, for example, Stand United Brothers, you select Stand United Brothers, and then you can, from this menu, just put it back into your hand or play it out. You can play it out just from here. You do not have to open the menu, which you used to, so you had to play it from here. Now you can just play it out here. Following this vision of having everything on here to make it as non-intrusive as we can, we are thinking about right now to move certain things that you only do in the beginning of the game, like selecting the game mode, putting in a Worwood tree, implementing your list, your army into from stats or whatever into here, to put it into this fold-out menu and move everything you need to play, like the dice, for example, main thing, into the into the play section of the simulator. So you do not have to open up the fold menu all the time. I mean, if you get used to the simulator and work with shortcuts and everything, I know it works and you can be really fast about it, but we still wanted to make it as, intuitive and easy to use as possible. That's what the plan is right now. Yeah. And that's about what we did in the last 2 weeks. And we won't be tirelessly working on more and more. So, yeah. How do you like it, Chris?
Yeah, it's huge.
What do you think?
I just love the polish. I love some of the intuition that you brought to it, like having the cards right there at the bottom and the menu to be able to open it up and play it without actually having to open up the whole side menu. That's something that people have mentioned to me once or twice.
Yeah.
The uniformity in some of the icons is really polished too. So overall, this is just I'm incredibly blown away by how much work you guys have done in just a couple weeks. So if that's what you guys were able to accomplish in just a couple weeks of your free time between a couple people, I think I'm so excited for the community, because that's the big thing here is I didn't, really, this is a community. This simulator is a community. It means nothing without people playing it. And so
yes.
The fact that you guys have been able to, in a couple weeks, be able to take this, I think, even to the next level, and it probably still needs some polish before you release it, I'm sure.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just blows me away, which makes me also excited to see where it goes. And also too, I'm excited for the potential for Patreon supporters to get a little extra, a little something extra bang for their buck.
Already planning, yeah.
Yeah, and so the fact that this is just where it is, it's just it's such a huge relief to me, and I'm super excited to see where this goes. And really, everybody should jump in here and take a look once they get it released, and also support the Hits and Crits team. They have I wouldn't say single-handedly, but they have been a major factor in supporting the community, and so they're taking this and taking it to the next level. If you're not already, I would highly recommend if this is a product that you use a lot, if you're a current Patreon supporter, definitely help support this, because it's time and energy, and this is really a passion of love. Most of the time you guys are probably just you're not making a huge amount of money here. You're probably just trying to, have it self-run. It pays for itself essentially.
It pays for itself. Yeah. We're basically, I'm getting that. I'm getting actually this question quite a lot, but actually what we built is some kind of I do not know the exact English word, but basically when you make a little profit of let's say playmats, we just take the money and put it into something else, completely push it. Yeah, so it just fuels itself all the time. There's nothing really that makes any one of us not working. Right. And so everyone is working full time.
Well, and for me, it was just the passion of seeing people play it and show me their screenshots and reach out to me and be like, "Thanks, this is great." To me, that's why I did this, and I wanted to continue to do it, but I just. The reality of it is, but the fact that there's 5 people that are going to be two full-time developers, and then 3 people who are helping out too. I'm really excited, and I think the community is going to get the attention it really deserves that I just couldn't give it. So I'm really excited about that.
Cool. Really good to hear, man. I'm really glad and thankful that we could live up to it, because when we talked, I was always talking to Vince and to Toby, the developers, and are we up for it? Can we do it? And then we had this long talk of hours and hours, and we checked the platform, the stuff you gave us, so we could take a look in it. And then the next day they called me and they were saying, "Hey man, we're doing this. And I'm like, yes, okay, we're doing this. Okay, so that's cool. It's really good to see your support on it, and that you feel your baby is in good hands. And as you said, if you are a passionate player on the simulator, please feel free to reach out over the Discord now that you see the video, that you see the announcement. We will basically put this out at the same time the announcement will go out with this video. And if you see this and you have anything to say on the platform, if you have great ideas with what you want to share, reach out to us, and we will definitely make it give it consideration and fuel it into all of our plans.
And I would say too, for having been somebody who created a product that takes time. This is changing, and it's going to change for the better, but also be patient too, because adaptations take time, improvements take time, and with changes comes some growing pains. And so
definitely,
get in there and there and test it out, and I'm excited to see where this goes for sure.
Yeah. So the main reason for doing this is to get you back into song. That's the main that's our main goal.
Yeah.
When we get you back into song, then we reached everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what do we need from you? Except again, reach out, please give us your feedback, your ideas. But what we need from you, as soon as this new platform you just seen, as soon as this goes up, please break it as good as possible. Find bugs, find tickets, report it over the Discord, and we will get down to it as soon as possible to fix it, so we can improve this community into your liking, to what you guys want to see with the platform. This is really what drives us when we took over this platform. So yeah, with this being said, Chris, again, I want to thank you in the name of the whole song community for building such an amazing product, which we now took, and we want to make it even better where you couldn't because of time restrictions. Life happened, and again, really thankful.
Well,
really hyped.
This is like a dream come true for me, honestly. Because I was so worried. I was like, taking this on by the right team was so essential, and I was a possibility that I just wasn't going to be happy with who was going to be able to do it. And so the fact that the future and the vision that I had is now coming to reality, and the community is going to get the support it actually deserves, it's just perfect. So I'm super excited for the future.
Awesome. Great last words. I guess there's nothing more to say. Guys, reach out over the Discord. Chris is still on the Discord, so please reach out, share all your feedback, reach out, and
I'll be here to help the Hits and Crits team during the transition too. So
cool. All right. So until we meet again on the simulator or wherever, roll those crits, guys.
Come for the hits and stay for the crits.